Hey everybody, and welcome to another one of the RTX Guardian podcast, the team lead interviews. Tonight we have with us Jason and David from the Center Stage team. So, why don't you guys introduce yourself? David, you first.
Sure, yeah. Hey, I'm David. This is my fourth RTX. So I was a Guardian, and the original one, 2011, was exhibition lead in 2012. Had to be at a wedding in 13, which was a bummer. And I was a team lead along with Jason last year, and so this will be my fourth year as a Guardian, third year as a team lead, and second year as Center Stage team lead along with Jason. On the site, I'm David, just David, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yep, that's me.
Alrighty, Jason.
I guess this is my fifth RTX. I was an attendee at the first one, and since then it's been 4 years as team lead of Center Stage.
Oh wow, so you're quite the veteran then,
Yeah.
as leader.
And then on the side, I'm Optimizer.
Alrighty.
And I've never changed my profile picture.
Oh really? Wow.
10 years.
Wow. Dang.
It's pretty good.
I wish I had that kind of loyalty to my profile picture.
Best Photoshop I've ever done.
All right, let's go ahead and get started with the questions. Why don't you start off, and you guys can switch off between the two of you on however you decide. What are what are the basic duties that you have at Center Stage? What does the job entail?
At the end of the day, making sure that the Center Stage goes smoothly, that the stream works, that the fans that are there are having a good time, and making sure that the talent is having a good time, and that everything keeps running. That's a very high-level view of what we do.
Yeah, a lot of it, we work a lot with the various teams. So the tech team is probably our biggest partner, making sure that, like you're saying, the stream's still up and running. If we need, hey, we're having issues with one of the switches under the stage, making sure that all the Xboxes and PCs, PS3s, 4s, everything stays connected to the internet mainly. We also deal a lot with the PA team, both with the talent on stage as well as typically the VIP room is near our area, so it's making sure that they're always staffed, making sure that if someone from their group has to go take a run, one of ours can cover, make sure no one's sneaking in trying to get autographs while they're trying to relax.
Yeah, okay.
And I'd have to say probably our most difficult duty is, like last year, for example, we had 10 Xboxes to play through with GTA 5. We had to go through that damn tutorial 10 times. It was miserable. We had to play video games to work. Who does that?
Oh, wow. Damn, I didn't realize it was that.
It was grim times.
Though it can be just as bad when it's, okay, get through the first level of GTA 5, you have 2 minutes, go.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that you guys worked so closely with the tech team. So.
Oh my God, yeah. Last year, for example, we games. Rooster Teeth's they've used their products a lot, but they were testing out a new hardware monitor, and it was brand new hardware. Like on the back, it was printed beta, do not sell, and they hadn't actually finished the HDMI drivers for it yet, and so we had gone and set up 10 of them, backups and all of that. And then we realized that none of them actually worked, or the first day none of them were working like they should have because their driver was messed up. And so we had about 2 hours to rip it apart, get new monitors up, test it, make sure that was all good. And then by the end of the day, their tech guy had actually written a new driver that worked great, and then working very closely with the tech guardians just to have more hands. And like about probably 2/3 of our whole team, anyone who was around pretty much, we just sat there, cranked it out, tested it, got it good, and it was a pretty awesome turnaround. But it was a long evening.
Yeah, so the guy who runs the actual screens and the switcher and everything at Center Stage he's a contractor for the convention center. He is probably the smartest man I've ever met when it comes to those. He knows how to hook up every single piece of the equipment into one switcher, getting all the video going properly, as well as he's the one who wrote the driver for games to say, here, this is what you need, fix this. And got everything working, wrote his own iPad app. So anytime you go to Center Stage and you see, here's 8 screens and then here's 2 that we're actually focusing on, he wrote that program himself so he can control everything from his iPad.
Wow, that is insane.
Yeah. So he's the one who tells us what to do a lot of the times when it comes to those, and we just have to make sure the plan falls together. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he's like a one-man army when it comes to IT support.
Oh my God! Yeah, he's a Swiss Army knife. It was amazing.
Yeah. He made our job a whole lot easier the last 2 years.
He made our job doable. Yeah.
That's it.
Awesome. That's
it's
really
mainly
awesome.
for It's mainly for the people on the stream. He is the one. He's the one who was made it able to record everything from those Xboxes put them onto YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice. Wow. All props to that guy, whoever he is.
Yeah. What was his name? Eric? Was that him? Oh God. I own about a dozen beers, so I hope he's back.
Yeah.
But so we've discussed the bare basics with the duties. So why don't you let them get to know you a little bit? What's your leadership style? Like, how do you run your ship?
All right, I'll start. Mine has typically been, I guess, more work-related. That kind of I guess my boss put it perfectly. I go into crisis mode when I have that, where it's a lot more logical, and I'm off by it. Is you go do that. I don't want to hear you say anything. Just go do that. Almost drill and structure-ish. Just go. That has put people off. David's been a great compliment to that, just because. As he knows, but the first year of team lead for Center Stage, I think we have 12 this year, 12 extra Guardians.
It might be up to
15,
year, yeah.
Our first year, there was 2 of us. It was me and Zach Fox, who is now the lead for the store, and we made it run with everything. And the next year is a couple more, and then a couple more, and a couple more. We finally got up to the point where we needed, but that's a lot of where that style came from. Is we need this. I don't need questions asked. Just go do it. If you have questions, we'll deal with the next phase. Hasn't made me any friends there, but
hey, it's a job, so they should be.
As David will say or show, whenever the Achievement Hunter guys go on stage, it goes from maybe 50 people sitting to 2,000 to 3,000 in 10 minutes that just swap.
And that's actually, that's a huge part of what we do, because in addition to keeping the stage itself running, all the people that are standing around, we have to keep fire lanes open, we have to have egress paths, we have the fire code to maintain. We don't want to get shut down because of that. And so about 2/3 of our job is tech. The other third is people wrangling and making sure that we have people with good people skills that aren't telling people "Hey, you get the fuck out of here." It's like making sure people are being kind about it and letting people have a good convention.
Yeah.
It's a huge part.
So I'm guessing you have to work closely with how would I say, lines or somewhere along that, or freelancers.
I mean. When Achievement Hunter comes, we'll normally put out an SOS call for, hey, we need lines people, and any freelancers that we have, get your ass over here. Be kind, but tell people to don't stand around. We need to have walkways, all of that.
No sitting on the ground. That's been our main one. I know you're tired, but basically, if you don't have your back to something, please don't sit down. That's been the going forward where a lot of it. But it's always making sure people are safe. That's the number one goal of RTX, is making sure everyone's safe.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So you guys are mostly, I guess, one's a good cop, one's bad cop when it comes to the duties?
I don't know if I'd say that. My leadership style tends to be a little bit more loosey-goosey. So whereas Jason's really, really good at being able to delegate precise tasks of, hey, we need X, Y, and Z accomplished, go take care of it. My leadership style tends to be a little bit more, whereas Jason says, you, and you go take care of X, Y, and Z. My style is more hey team, we have this checklist to do, who wants to take care of what, and I'll kind of, I like to let people kind of decide what they want to do. And then if no one decides anything, then I'll default to, all right, you do this, you do that. But if possible, I like to, let people have their decision. Not that, it makes that big of a difference in the day, but it sometimes allows people, you learn that people have skills that you might not have learned otherwise.
Okay.
That's So yeah, we definitely complement each other in that way because like things still get done, but I feel like our guardians have a good chance to try things that like if there's someone who's never done tech and like, hey, I'd like to try plugging stuff in and learning how all this stuff goes together, they definitely have an opportunity to do that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So this is certainly a position if you want to try to test your own skills as well.
Yes, not just technical, but people skills in a big way. Because like last year, dealing with Achievement Hunter was interesting. They're all wonderful people, but their sense of time is not the best. And when you have 3,000 people who've been sitting around for half an hour just to see them, it's difficult to relay that sense of urgency without being a dick. So
yeah, that's they can at least with some people they can be a little bit frustrating. I know Monty was considered one that they kind of had to be a little bit forceful with them with like coming in on time, especially to some of his panels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got the basic duties. You got your leading style down, and do you have any like little bits of advice or do's and here? Let's start off with do's and don'ts. Like, is there any like clear and cut do this and don't do that?
For me, one of the main ones is don't go to center stage expecting it to be an autograph session. We've run into that numerous times, and it causes a lot of issues. We actually had a woman almost get crushed on a TV because someone was trying to get Ryan to sign something and was kind of pushing over her, whereas a TV stand for a 50-inch TV started to buckle under her. And again, going back, that becomes that, like they were saying, it is that, okay, we're done. When someone is in risk of being hurt because you want them to sign something, that's where we're like, go to their designated time. Like, we hate being a jerk that has to do that, but you have to. I mean, it's pretty much it.
Yeah, especially if they're putting the people in harm's way just to get an autograph.
Right.
And I don't think people are doing it out of maliciousness. It's just but they're just excited. I mean, I'm excited to see them. That's a big part of why I like doing center stage, is I've always gotten that enjoyment of being backstage, and so I definitely feel for those people, but it's difficult to keep them in line sometimes. I'd say one big do is if there's something you want to see, like last year we had Destiny come, which was really cool. If you want to see something and if you want to have a chance to do gameplay, show up early. And if it's something that's happening at noon and it's going to be a big thing, you may just want to hang out at center stage until that happens, because we don't clear out the chairs or anything. So if Halo 5 is playing, I have no idea if they are, but like for the last couple of years, like it's not been uncommon for something like that to happen. But let's say a big gameplay event is happening at 12 or at 1. You're probably going to need to be there at 8 and sitting in the front row if you want to have a really good chance of getting to play it.
Yeah, and we've always had a rule on like the auditoriums, we don't clear seats. You want to be there for 3 hours just for that one thing, more power to you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is referring to the attendees, right? Not to
the attendees. Yes.
Yeah.
For the Guardians, the biggest thing I have to say is if you're there just to network or try to connect, we will tell you to leave, hand in your Guardian badge, and basically tell Chris and Mary, don't let them back in. We've had to do that before, where it became such an issue that it was, well, I'm here at the network. Okay, go buy a day badge and try and get in on your own. But you're there to volunteer. You'll probably have a great conversation with the people there, but don't expect it to be like, oh, I'm going to get a job at Achievement Hunter because I helped them out with the GTA thing. It's not that at all.
If you want to handle, if you want to handle networking, do it after the convention.
Or after hours. Like once the exhibition hall floor closes, and if you have a chance to catch an Achievement Hunter when we're packing up or something, by all means, do it tactfully, please. But I mean, don't feel like you can't talk to them. It's just you have a job to do, and that's why you're here. That's why you have all of these privileges. Take care of work.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess kind of to that point, a big piece of advice that I'd have is if you say you're going to show up and do something, be there on time. Be there 10 minutes early. We haven't had too many issues with it, but every now and then we'll have someone say, yes, I'm going to show up early, going to show up at 7 to help you set up. And then we get there, and then it's just like 3 people, and we needed 6 or 7. And if you say you're going to do something, please do it, because we're really counting on you. We truly cannot do it without you. And if you can't be there, that's cool. Just let us know so we can make plans otherwise. Don't feel obligated to say yes to everything. Just be honest, be upfront, and if we need to make adjustments, that's cool. That's what we're here for.
Okay, so are you guys a full-time team, or do you guys have part-timers as well?
Oh, we're probably around 50-50 on that, I think. I don't
Actually,
recall
I think this time we have a lot more full-timers than part-timers, but we're also a team where we have a lot of, I wouldn't call it downtime just because of line management, but I mean, we've always been in the past, just that day before it is, when we have that full schedule, we'll sit there and say, what do you want to go see? Mark it down, and we'll see exactly where you're at. Okay, we still have 5 people for this time, but it should be fairly calm. It's, early in the morning, and it's not a Rooster Teeth thing. So we'll probably need fewer people. Yeah. We don't need everyone to go explore. Like, be honest, I've always hated when people have been like, yeah, I spent 95% of my weekend here at Center Stage. And I'm like, no. Go explore the convention.
Go to panels. Go buy shit. Like that's what I would want to do. I mean, but hey.
It's the best thing because I did 2 years of it on my own. I had no idea what was going on at the convention until I actually had someone I could be like, hey, David, you're running things now. I'm gonna go off for an hour and actually get lunch.
Yes.
My first year, it was when there was just 2 of us. I had my girlfriend bringing me pizza just because it's like I can't leave the stage.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so it's been great having a larger team for that reason. It's just like I can enjoy the convention finally.
Yeah, that's certainly great having the extra buffer room.
Yeah. So David's been great with that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that's really one of the best strengths of our team is that. Things take some doing to get done, but nothing has this incredibly high technical ceiling. It's just, we have a checklist, for lack of a better term, with setting up. And so if we can accomplish that, we're good. And that gives all of our team members a lot of flexibility. So, I mean, I don't think there was a day last year that someone didn't get to go to, that someone didn't get to go to something that they wanted to go to. If someone on our team says, this is a priority, I really want to see it, great. We can make time for that. We can schedule around it. Last year we were really good at that, and this year with even more people and more experience, I think most of our people are returning. I think
Actually, no. We only have 3 returners this year.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I should look at the roster more.
I went through. I'm like, I don't know you.
Crap.
But some of our better ones. Was it Blutonian, Caboozle, both returning, who were great last year.
Blutonian was a huge asset, and same with Caboozle, yeah.
David Laughing was another guy. He was on our team for 2 years that really did great. I mean, he was one of those people we had to force to go to the convention. Like, go, enjoy yourself, take down.
Yeah.
But great worker.
Yeah, and Michael's returning as the lead for tech team, correct? So... yeah, I've managed to run into him a few times, and he actually came to the Dog and Duck one afternoon. Just coming back, he's like, I just got off, and it's midnight, and I just need a drink to release stress. So that's one more question I need to ask you. Do you guys have to be there earlier than most Guardians? I know Tech has to be there earlier. So
it depends. It really comes down to what's happening.
I mean, the first day, we usually have to be there pretty early if we don't get everything done during the setup day. And like last year, we had Destiny. Was it first thing or was it the second thing?
Second thing. Sunset Overdrive was first, and
That's
that was
right.
simple.
Yeah, but it was also very important to make sure things are right for them. So whenever we have a high-profile guest coming in, like Bungie, or who did Sunset Overdrive? Was it?
Oh man.
Whoever. Insomniac, yeah. When we have a big company coming in, we want to. We definitely try and make an effort to have at least a skeleton crew there to address any concerns they may have, and give our exhibitors a sense of security, because that's really important to them having a good show.
Okay. So it's as much work making sure that the exhibitors have a good time as well and a smooth ship running.
Yeah, and I'd say last year, I know Blutonian was there early almost every morning, and I was there at probably 7, I think an hour before doors. There was one morning we had to get there at like 6:30 when we were dealing with all those games monitors, but you don't have to show up early. If you want to, awesome, and we would love your help, but, I mean, yeah, and normally it's like Jason and I will show up early and address any outstanding concerns.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any more pieces of advice that you would like to give your team, or you think you've covered it? Any past experiences that you can use to help, give them a little bit of an idea?
Yeah, actually, with crowd control, it sounds really stupid and simple when you say it, but being polite to people, even if like you've had to tell probably the same person to back up or to stand between these lines a million times, just saying it with a smile and having a friendly face, even if you really just want to go get a burger and have a beer because goddamn it, I've been on my feet for 6 hours, just taking that extra step and being kind and polite, people really, really do listen better. And I've always been impressed with our fans at how respectful they are to you being respectful. And that goes a long way towards everyone having a better experience.
Yeah, Mary said it best when she was talking about there's a difference between screaming and being loud. That screaming, nobody listens to you. If you're loud but forceful, they are. And the same with being polite. If you can be polite and weak, and no one's going to really listen to you. If you're polite yet forceful, what I've seen a lot is either they'll listen to you and do it, or the people around them will start coming in and be like, dude, you need to move. They've asked you twice, and then after that, it's for the team leaders. For our guardians, if you see someone who's sitting on the ground and they're, no, I'm not going to move, no, I'm not going to move, come to us. I will be the one who goes up and says, you need to move, or I will take your badge and kick you out. Because that becomes a point where it is, you're not listening, you're not being respectful, and you're getting in the way of other people and possibly harming or getting in the way of harm's way. That's not good for us. It's you aren't being polite. You're not going to be nice to other people here. You're not being helpful to the entire environment. And that's when we kind of have to go, you either need to listen to when we're asking you nicely or you need to leave.
And I guess our message to our guardians with regards to that, and every guardian really, is if you have someone that's really, really being a thorn in your side, you don't have to deal with that. Like, please don't do that. We want to make y'all's lives as easy as possible. Come to us. Let us be the bad guys, or let us go and get Chris, because no one's not going to listen to Chris. Like, have you seen the guy?
Yeah.
So
Chris
I was going to say, or this year
outside. So
definitely Alex from blanking on their new team name.
Response.
Yeah. I was going to say, I hang out with him, and he scares me. Just look at his profile picture. It's him deadlifting a ton and 2 prosthetic legs. He can easily take me down.
And definitely get a hold of Alex as well, because he's, that's one thing. That's why the response team is there. So
exactly. Yeah, Chris and Mary are great for those type of situations. And it also goes to the Guardians. If you're having an issue with your team leader, if you have an issue with David or I, or for other Guardians your own, go to Chris and Mary. Feel free to go to Mary or Chris. Like, if we're not doing something you like, let them know. Once again, I'm doing what I think is right. That might not be a good idea.
But we're okay hearing that, hey, you're being stupid. Like, we'd rather hear that than be stupid.
Right.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, and if you're not comfortable saying it to us, feel free to go to them.
And to further that thought, even if you've had a really rough day, or if you sprained your ankle, or if anything's happened and you need a break, take a freaking break. Like, there's no shame in doing that. If you are busting your butt, or if you're just having a hard day, you just had to deal with someone who was being a really, really rude fan and just tearing you down, like, don't let that ruin your day. Like, please go take a break, do something, you don't have to let this ruin your day. It's cool. Like, we get it. If it's a hard day, make it a less hard day.
Yeah.
You're gonna see me laying down behind the stage at least once. I mean,
yes.
It gets tiring.
So, is there anything else that you would like to discuss? Like anything, like any more piece of advice or a little bit of experience, words of wisdom?
Definitely enjoy outside of the convention. Austin is a great place. David and I both live in Texas. David, you still in Austin?
I am. I'm very
All
fortunate
right,
to be.
there you
Yeah.
go. If tickets aren't sold out, join SideQuest. It's a fan-started community charity event. That's where one of my largest group of friends, started through that. And to be honest, there's going to be tons of other events. RVBTX, which is kind of the local Texas group, usually does an event after hours. Keep an eye out for that sort of stuff. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and especially like take this as an opportunity to really get to know the other Guardians that you're working with. Some of my best friends still. Sorry, crap phone. Some of my best friends, like I met doing Guardians. Like my current roommate, I met him doing Guardian stuff in 2012, and just one thing worked out, and he ended up in Austin. And now we're living together, and like you can meet really really good lifelong friends doing Guardian stuff. So if you see a group of Guardians going out and they're gonna go to 6th Street or they're gonna go do something, ask if you can come along. Like, hey, I don't have any plans. You mind if I come? Like do that. You can have some of the most fun doing that. That's really the best part of RTX, I think.
Yeah. Also, don't be afraid to ask people from other teams as well.
Yes. Any Guardian or even any fan. Yeah. I mean, that's the point.
Yeah, because especially like with my team members, like I've gotten to know the PAs quite a bit over the past year. So, and I've worked for them before, but we never got really a chance to talk. But once I started getting to know them, we're already like setting up a big, huge like PA get together. So, this was something with our PAs. Do you guys like have a method of communication that you guys prefer to have? Like, I know you guys are all in the center stage. You're going to be kind of, focused in a certain area, but
I'm trying to think of how we did it last year. We pretty much just it was like on a observe and report kind of basis. Like either Jason or myself was going to be at center stage, and we had each other's phone numbers. So if you needed to do something, just tell one of us, and both of us will know. We never really had a way to reach out and tell people like, "Hey, be here at this time."
Okay.
Yeah, typically it was texting if it was kind of after hours or we needed to, on an as-needed basis. During the convention, it was typically David had a radio back to Chris and Mary and the other Guardians, and I was wearing the headset working with what they call freemen, the actual paid people who work there. And that was one of those, a couple times it was, hey, you need to call the, like security, get them over here, or something like that where it's Chris and Mary can't handle it. They shouldn't be handling it. And that's helped out a lot more, where if you see one of us, we'll be able to get a message to whoever needs it.
Okay.
Yeah. Ben, I guess to that point, if you don't know what to do, or if you don't have instructions or you're wondering what's something to do, come find one of us. That's really, I guess, that's our most natural form of communication, or at least what came naturally last year. Is like we wouldn't badger anyone on their cell phones. We wouldn't gather everyone's numbers or start a group chat or something. It was just kind of like, hey, be here at this time to get your briefing or whatever, or show up whenever you're going to say or show up, and we'll take care of you.
Yeah, here's our number. Text us if something happens. Otherwise, we're pretty good in just letting our team run. It's been, a lot of it comes from we've had great Guardians who just, hey, I'm going to be here, here, and here at these times, and otherwise I'll be there. Awesome. I think we've only had, like I said, the one time where it was talking to Chris and Mary of, no, he has to go. And a couple times of just people who showed up, worked for a day, and were hit and miss thereon, but they told us, so it was fun.
Okay. So, anything else that you would like to discuss?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Feel free to stop by center stage if you're a Guardian. Let us know, and you can stand with us right near the stage. You won't be on it. You probably won't meet anybody, but you'll have as great a view as anyone else there.
Or if you see us scrambling around, grab a beer and watch. It'll be kind of fun to watch us run around with our hair on fire. So hey, it's an extra show.
Bring me one. I'll probably take time off this year.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for coming on and doing this interview with me.
Of
So,
course, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, no problem.
alrighty. Well, thank you guys, and you are free to post this link. I'll have a link for you ready after we end this, but be sure to, you're more than welcome to post the link in your group chat and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Will do.
alrighty. Thanks for coming on,
Yeah,
and
thanks for doing the interview.
alrighty.
Yeah. See ya.
See ya.